morning, students. This is your chapter 3 Science continuation part 2. We will see from page number 40 changes of state. What is change of state? A state change is nothing but when it changes from solid to liquid, or liquid to gas, or liquid to solid, or gas to liquid, or solid to gas. This kind of change is known as change of state. Change of state of a substance is one of the major physical changes we encounter in daily lives. We have seen so many changes in our daily life. You would have noticed how a solid changes to liquid. It is called as melting. When a liquid changes to gas, it is vaporization. When liquid changes to solid, it is freezing. And from gas to liquid, it is condensation. And from solid to gas is sublimation. In the process of melting, vaporization and sublimation, it is occurred when heated, and hence it is called as endothermic process. In an endothermic process, the speed of the molecules is increased, hence they move faster. In contrast to endothermic process, exothermic process happens when freezing and condensation occurs, that is when heat is removed, resulting in decreasing the speed of molecules, causing them move slower. Such processes are called as exothermic processes. In endothermic, heat is used. In exothermic, heat is removed. Now, in melting, you will see that when you take a glass of water, that is ice water, when you put ice in it, you can see puddle of water getting pooled around the glass. Even when you keep ice cream outside from the freezer, you will see when it is kept in room temperature, puddle of water comes out in the sides of the glass. Have you noted it? This is because the ice kept in the beaker receives heat from the surrounding air to melt and form water. Because of the change of temperature, that is room temperature, this happens. This is the same thing which you will notice in your activity 1, that is melting of ice and freezing of water. Though ice and water look different, they are both made of water molecules. This means that no new substance is formed during the melting of ice. Only a change of state from solid to liquid takes place during the melting of ice. So, the melting of ice to form water is a physical change because there is no change or it doesn't give you a new substance. So, it is just a physical change. There is no change in water. Water doesn't give change to a new substance. It's simply water. So, it is a physical change. The change which occurs during the melting of ice to form water can be reversed easily by freezing the water to form ice again by keeping a beaker of water in the freezer zone. Thus, we find that solid to liquid is heating and liquid to solid is cooling. When you heat a solid, it turns into liquid, and when you cool a liquid, it turns into solid. Melting is the change of a solid into its liquid state, and it happens by heating, whereas freezing is the change of a liquid into its solid state, and it happens by cooling. Now, next is vaporization. What is vaporization? When you keep a kettle on fire which has water in it, the bubbles form and the liquid water becomes water vapor if you heat it sufficiently. However, when you put a wet cloth to dry, the water evaporates into air. That is, there are two types of vaporization: boiling and evaporation. The first one is by heating, and the second type of vaporization is natural. Boiling is a process of conversion of liquid into vapors on heating. In gaseous state, Only the arrangement of molecules changes. There is no change in their chemical composition. So boiling is a physical change. Is this change in physical, not in the substance? The substance remains the same, only it changes from solid to liquid, liquid to gas. Right? Upon heating a liquid, the particles gain energy and vibrate more vigorously. When the particles possess enough energy, they overcome the strong forces of attraction between one another. The particles break free from one another and move randomly. For example, when liquid water is heated to 100 degrees C, it boils to become steam. Boiling occurs when the boiling point is reached. The liquid changes to its gaseous state. Particles of gas you can see in the picture, it is loosely packed. Particles of liquid are semi-loosely packed, while as particles of solid are tightly packed. These are the difference between the solid, liquid and gaseous state. The particles are very loosely packed in a gas. Now you will see evaporation. Take a glass of water. All the water molecules are moving here and there at different velocities. Some of the molecules, especially at the surface, could be moving in a direction away from the liquid and have adequate energy to overcome the attractive force, surface tension of the liquid. Then that molecule will escape into the air. Thus, slowly and steadily, the water molecules escape or set to evaporate. That is evaporation. And the water level in the glass decreases as the time passes. Note that the temperature of water did not rise to the level of boiling point of water, nor were there any bubbles formed like boiling. Evaporation is the technique used to separate dissolved solids from a solid liquid mixture. This is the technique used to extract salt from seawater in salt pans. Shallow level of seawater is impounded. Slowly the water evaporates due to action of sun. Ultimately, salt deposits over the ground. This is a process to separate salt from water. Evaporation makes use of the fact that the solvent in a solution can vaporize at any temperature, leaving behind a residue of the solid that was dissolved in the liquid. From drying clothes to drying fish, evaporation is used. Drying your daily clothes and drying fish is also a kind of evaporation which we use. What are the factors affecting rate of evaporation? Solar heating, vapor, water that escapes, ions that increase. This is evaporations and the effects of affecting the factors that affect the rate of evaporation. See your activity 2 and activity 3. You must be remembering an activity done in class 6 in which we have taken two same shaped glasses and filled them with equal amount of water from same tap. We kept one under the hot sun and other under the shadow. After 3 to 4 hours, we saw that there is difference in water levels. The one kept in the hot place witnesses more evaporation compared to the one in shade. From this, we can conclude that higher the temperature, the rate of evaporation will be more. As the temperature increases, more molecules are able to break free from the surface. Thus, the rate of evaporation increases with the rising temperature. Activity 3. Take two pans, one wide and another narrow. Fill hot water in both to the same depth. Keep them in open. Observe after 1 to 2 hours the pan that is wide has cooled more than the narrow one. That is, more the surface area, the rate of evaporation is more. The surface area is more, that is the size breadth is more, the rate of evaporation is more. The size is narrow, the rate of evaporation is less. From this, can you guess Why we unfurl the clothes while putting them to dry rather than just drape them over the clothesline. Greater the surface of conversion of liquid, more molecules are available for evaporation. This is all the types of evaporation we use in our daily lives. Take sugar solution. Activity 4. Take sugar solution in a shallow, broad bowl. Place the bowl in hot sun for a few hours. See that the bowl does not get any disturbance for the whole day. You can see that the solvent in the sugar solution evaporates, leaving the sugar crystals in the bowl. This is the same process we use how to separate salt from the sea from water. Salt is separated from the water to get salt using evaporation. Evaporation is a slow process and occurs only at the surface of the liquid. Now, let us see about freezing. What is freezing? What you do when you want water cubes. You just put water in your cube tray and you keep it in your freezer. You will get ice cubes. Same. Water in the freezer compartment of the refrigerator gets cooled and solidifies to form ice. In this case, the liquid water changes into solid water called ice. Only a change in state. So it is a physical change. It doesn't create a new substance as said earlier. Upon cooling a liquid, the particles lose energy and vibrate less vigorously. When the particles possesses less energy, they can experience strong forces of attraction between one another. The particles move closer to each other and movement of particles is also restricted. For example, when liquid water is cooled to 0 degrees C, it freezes to become ice. Freezing occurs when the freezing point is reached. The liquid changes to its solid state. When it is in solid state, it is tightly packed. In liquid, it is loosely packed, and in gas, it is very, very loosely packed, as said earlier. Now, let us see condensation. What is condensation? We would have observed that the plate that covers the cooked food items have water droplets inside. Why? Have you noticed when you close hot food with your plate or your whatever vessels you use at home? Just have a look when your mother cooks hot food. Just try to open the plate with any cloth or something. When you take the plate, don't burn your hands. Kindly use cloth to open the plate because it will be hot. When you open the plate, you will see water vapor dropping from the plate. This is the heat, that is water vapor emerges from the hot food and goes up, that is covering the food items in relative less temperature than the hot food. So this water vapor is left on the plate. When you take the plate up, you can find water vapor. The plate covering the food item in relative less temperature than the hot food, thus the more energetic molecules lose energy once they touch the cooler plate. As the molecules lose heat, they lose energy and slow down. They move closer to other gas molecules. Finally, these molecules collect together to form a liquid. Condensation happens when molecules in a gas cool down. In class 6, you learnt about water cycle, in which you already know how the clouds are formed from water vapor. Water vapor condenses to form clouds. Condensation is a conversion of gas into its liquid state. The liquid obtained after condensation can be converted back into gas on heating. So, condensation is also a physical process because there is no change in, that is, you cannot get a new substance from it. It's just this change of state from solid to liquid or liquid to gas or gas to solid. So, it is not a new substance. So, it is a physical change. During this process, only the arrangement of molecules changes from the gaseous state to liquid state. So, condensation is a physical change. Gas to liquid is got by cooling. Liquid to gas is on heating. Condensation is the changing of gas into its liquid state and it happens by cooling, whereas evaporation is the changing of a liquid into its gas state and it happens by heating. This is the difference between condensation and evaporation. It is change of gas to liquid. This evaporation is change of liquid to gas. Condensation is by cooling, evaporation is by heating. Now let us see what is sublimation. What is sublimation? Have you ever seen your mom burning camphor at home, kept in rooms to prevent entry of mosquitoes, or whatever you do? You use camphor to do pujas at home. That white color thing, which is like ice cube, that is called camphor. That can also be used to prevent entry of mosquitoes at your house. If you burn camphor at night, mosquitoes will not enter your house because of the smell. Have you ever noticed camphor becoming liquid at any point of time? It will not. It will just burn and give you gas. That gas which drive away the mosquitoes in your home. There are certain solid substances like camphor, naphthalene that get converted into gas directly upon heating without becoming liquid. This process, in which a solid is converted directly into gas, is called sublimation. The process of solid getting converted directly into gas is sublimation. In each of the above said processes, there is a change of state due to change in temperature, but there is no change in chemical composition. By changing the temperature, all these changes can be reversed. We note that change of a physical state is only a physical change. Evaporation, boiling, condensation, melting, and freezing are all physical processes. Now, sublimation activity. Take some camphor in a porcelain dish and cover it with a clean glass funnel. Close the mouth of the funnel with small amount of cotton wool. Heat the contents in dish. Can you see that camphor changes into vapor state without becoming liquid? Ammonium chloride is another substance that undergoes sublimation. Now, what is crystallization? Crystallization is also a special form of physical change. The soluble impurities get removed from certain solids by crystallization. The process of cooling hot, concentrated solution of a substance to obtain crystals is called crystallization. It is a process of cooling a hot, concentrated solution of a substance to obtain crystals. We also know that seawater contains salt dissolved in it, and the salt can be separated from seawater with the process of evaporation. The process of evaporation is not a good technique because the soluble impurities do not get removed in the process of evaporation. To remove the impurities, crystallization process is done. Crystallization is a method of separation as well as method of purification where the impurities are removed and clear salt or clear sugar is crystallized and obtained. See the activity 6. Crystallizing copper sulfate. Take about 100 ml of water in a beaker.